welcome to a brand new episode of the Let's Talk NBA series. We are continuing through every single NBA team. Now, today we are talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers and the unknown that this team has. Last year they were 48-34. They finished fourth in the Eastern Conference. They lost 4-1 to the Celtics in the right before the conference finals. And they were interesting to watch. Injuries killed this team the entire season last year. Evan Mobley only played 50 games. Darius Garland only played 57 games. Donovan Mitchell only played 55 games, and those were all in the regular season. One of their guys didn't even play in the postseason whatsoever. Can't remember which one it was. It might have been Evan Mobley. But regardless, injuries killed this team. That's one of the main things that caused this team to crumble in the playoffs. I mean, no one was beating that Celtics team last year, regardless of if they had, regardless of if he was there or not. But I want to say this. They went out and got a new head coach in Kenny Atkinson. I'm not going to say if it was a good idea to fire their other coach or not. It is what it is at this point. But they went out, got Kenny Atkinson. He was the head coach in Brooklyn a while back. He's been the assistant coach over in Golden State for the recent past. He's now the head coach in Cleveland. So my big thing for him is I hope that he can come and establish an identity of a team. They have a lot of young talent, a lot of young potential, and they're getting to a point where some of their vet guys, Donovan Mitchell, Karis LeVert, some of those guys are starting to hit that vet status. So they need to fully figure out what they want to achieve, what their end goal is, and how do they do that. How do you go out and achieve that goal that you want, that you've set for yourself? And so when I look at this team, they have inefficient scores. We know Donovan Mitchell can go get you 40 a night, but he can't be the only person that's scoring the basketball for you. Darius Garland has to step up big time, in my opinion. Karis LeVert, he needs to be consistent in whatever it is that is expected of him. And I'll say this. When I look at Donovan Mitchell, I think he's a top 15 player in the NBA. And I think that's very fair to say. I think he does it by himself too much. And I think he puts himself in situations that he doesn't necessarily need to be. And so I feel that this team maybe needs to take the ball out of his hands a little bit more. Because they have other scorers who can go score. Darius Garland, he can be your guy. Evan Mobley, get the bigs involved. Jared Allen, get the bigs involved. There's different ways and revenues to get your team to be disciplined, to get involved, to be complete. And I think they need to start opening up those different outlets and opening up those different scenarios and ideas. And I think they will. I mean, some people would say, oh, their role players just aren't good enough. But I think we expect them to really start utilizing them. I think Kenny Atkinson's going to fall in love with Amani Bates. He went out and gained 20, 30 pounds of muscle. He's a proven scorer. He was a proven scorer in college. Let him flourish at the next level. Let him get minutes in that Cavs uniform instead of just in the G League. Because I think he can. I think he can be a difference maker for this team off the bench. And I think he can be a difference maker for this team completely. So give the kid some burn. Give him some time. Give him the ball. Let him go score. And I think he can turn into Kevin Durant. Obviously, Kevin Durant's a stretch, but a Kevin Durant type player. And so, that's what I want. I just want this team to really become better. They go out and re-sign Evan Mobley to a 5-year, $200+ million contract, which is okay. It solidifies your future in your two bigs. But they need to go be consistent. Here's my thing. They need to go. My three things. They need to go be consistent. They need to go get other people scoring other than Donovan Mitchell. And they need to create an identity for their team. That's what they need to do. Their starting five are Darius Garland at the 1, Donovan Mitchell at the 2, Max Strus at the 3. He needs to be consistent. I didn't mention his name one time, but he definitely needs to be consistent when it comes to his 3-point shot and what this team needs from him, his three-point shooting, and for him to get better playing defense. That's what this team needs from them, and he needs to be able to do that. Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, the two bigs at the 4 and 5. This team can be good. This team will be good, and I expect them to be again in that 4th place, 5th place, 3rd place spot in the East. Let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. I'm excited to see what the Cavs fans have to say about that, and let me know how y'all feel about Kenny Atkinson.